This week on Outdoor Bound TV, we get a chance to tour one of the oldest and probably one of the most famous hunting boot companies in all of the world. These handcrafted hunting boots, worn by industry pioneers like Dr. Saxton Pope and Arthur Young of the famous Pope and Young Archery Record Book, have been handcrafted in the same eastern Wisconsin town for over 115 years. Then we spend an early May day on the waters of Balsam Lake, Wisconsin, fishing crappies with longtime resident Gene Tourville. Awesome buck.
That was a dandy.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Real Deal Mineral, Brew Pub Pizza, Meyer Recreational Buildings, and Colby Chrysler Center.
Real Deal Mineral. The results speak for themselves.
Brew Pub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brew Pub experience, this is the one. Available at your local Triggs grocery store. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
At Meyer Recreational Buildings, you'll get a certified building experience where we assure you a worry-free, guaranteed, high-quality recreational building. Designed by outdoorsmen like you, Meyer Recreational Buildings are built with the highest quality American-made materials. Build with confidence. Build with Meyer.
My name is Jeff Meyer from Meyer Recreational Buildings. Call me today for a better way to build.
Visit our website at meyerrecreational.com and pick out your design today.
At Colby Chrysler Center, we know that spending time with your family is important. That's why we won't waste your time with any high-pressure sales tactics or extended service wait time. Just fair and affordable pricing on new and pre-owned vehicles, and honest, straightforward service long after the sale.
Ram 1500 Motor Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Not once, but twice. That's right, twice.
Whether you're from near or far, we want you to feel right at home at Colby Chrysler.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home to Colby Chrysler.
Hi everyone, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm your host, Kurt Walbeck. You know, it's hard to believe that probably one of the most famous brand of hunting boots, worn by presidents, actors, and professional hunters from all over the world, are still handcrafted in a small Midwestern town, just like they were 115 years ago. On this week's show, we get a chance to learn how Wisconsin shoemakers have been making Russell boots and shoes for over a century. Let's head to the small town of Berlin, Wisconsin, right now.
Hi, I'm Susie Fabricius and I'm Vice President of Marketing and Sales at Russell Moccasin Company in Berlin, Wisconsin. The W.C. Russell Moccasin Company was started in 1898 by a man by the name of Will Russell. My grandfather started working for Will Russell. Will Russell sold the company to the Bass Brothers, and my grandfather, Bill Guston, turned around and bought the company from them in 1929.
Hi, I'm Joe Gagno, Vice President of Operations of Russell Moccasin Company in Berlin, Wisconsin. Russell Moccasin was first originally located on Market Square in downtown Berlin. The guys that went and fought in World War II from Berlin, they'd write home and have a pair of Imperials sent in black leather over there because they hated the Army boots at that time. So we made a lot of boots for servicemen during the World War II that were over there.
Once you walk in the door, it's like stepping back into time. You'll see numerous machines that are over 100 years old. People that work for us have worked for us for many years. When they are crafting a boot or a shoe, they put their individual imprint on that boot. Everything is handcrafted and made to fit your foot. It's basically a shoemaker's piece of artwork.
We pull everything up from the bottom, where a lot of shoe companies pull everything underneath. We pull everything up from the bottom because it's a true moccasin construction. We have 3 layers for the hunting people. We have boots for bird hunting that have 3 layers of waterproof leather wrapped around your foot with a number of different soles depending how aggressive or non-aggressive you want to be. When we speak of moccasin construction, it's a true moccasin that your foot's wrapped in it, but you still have the ability to make a boot that you can climb mountains with, or you can go on safari, you can chase pheasants with. It's that sturdy of a boot. We make Oxfords, we make dress shoes, penny loafers made them out of alligator or ostrich, or just standard chamois leather is a great shoe. Harrison Ford, he loves the one Oxford that we make. We made several pair for him.
At Russell Moccasin, we use many different types of leather. A lot of the leather that we use is very waterproof, soft and flexible. They're going to last you a long time. Very easy to take care of. They actually get better the more you wear them, and over time, people have sent their boots into us that have been, 15, 20, 25 years old, 30, and they're still going strong. We also have exotics, ostrich and alligator. We also have a service where people can send in their game hides that have already been tanned, and we can make any boot or shoe out of your game hide. What happens is the tags get put into production. I bring them up here into the cutting room, and then the guys take each individual tag and cut each person's boot.
So they take this tag and then they know exactly how to cut that based on what information.
Exactly.
Incredible.
Okay, so after the item is cut, it comes over to be split. Basically what it does is it just thins out the leather just a little bit so it can be sewn together in the proper manner. This is the skiver. This actually skives certain parts of each piece of the boot or shoe so it can be more easily sewn together. So then the boot comes over here to be stamped with the order number and the size. So Ashley has to stamp each piece with the order number and size. Okay, after the boot is cut, split, skived, and stamped, it comes over to the girls, and the girls machine stitch the upper part of the boot together. And she is stitching the quarter onto the vamp right now. They're all assembled to this point where the vamp is attached to the quarters, the cushion collar sewn on, the back stay, the eyelet facing. So it comes down to this shelf, and from this point on, this is when the boots are put on the last. So this is a mold of a last that our shoes are made on. We have different sizes of lasts. There's certain sizes that our boots are made on, certain sizes that our shoes are made on.
Basically you take the generic one, if you will, and then you build it up as needed for
Correct.
whatever customer would need. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So once it gets to this point, the last would actually go inside here and get pulled over onto the last. This is where the boot is actually pulled over onto the last. He put it in a bucket and got the entire boot in the inner vamp wet. So he actually tacked this all the way around. And it's wet, so it's gonna dry and it's gonna form like this. What happens next is that he's gonna put on the molded sole. And he's gonna tack this all the way around. During the pullover process, the boots are put over on this rack to dry. So after the pullover department tacks up the boot onto the outer vamp, and also the molded sole. It comes over here to dry for a day. This will come back to Ron, and he will take all the tacks out. He will take this inner vamp out. It's gonna look like this, have the molded sole sewn on, come back to Ron after the molded sole is sewn on, and have the inner vamp put back in. So the next step is where the inner vamp is sewn inside the boot, and it's going to be sewn along the top up here. You have to have heavy duty machinery to get through all those layers of leather. She's going to be trimming the excess inner vamp leather. Okay, right now she's trimming a piece of the gusset. In the gusset is the tongue. And now she's going to sew it in. She's sewing the interlock, which brings the toe piece and the part of the gusset and the eyelet facing all together. After the interlock is sewn in, it goes to eyeletting, and each boot has different eyelet spacing, shoes and boots, so it depends on what style that determines how wide they're spaced apart. So after the last is put in, it comes to the shoemaker. He's trimming off the molded sole. These are Kurt's boots that we're making for him, and they're going through the lasting process. So what happens during the lasting process is the shoemaker pulls this leather up tight so it forms onto the last, so it's going to fit your foot like a glove. So he'll pull all this leather up, tack it all down, and then he's going to trim the excess leather away, and then he's going to lay the toe piece down, and it's going to be hand stitched around the entire toe. They have to have very sharp tools. They have an awl, and they take the awl and they punch a hole, and then he puts his needles through. And this is called an overlap stitch.
It's amazing the craftsmanship in the artwork that goes into them. The signature of the artist or the shoemaker is his stitch. Sue's dad, when he picks up a boot, he can look at the boot and say, this guy made it or this shoemaker made it, just by looking at how the stitch length is and how the stitch is pulled in for each individual boot. When I first got here, an old shoe came in, he called me into the office and said, here, Joe, here's one that your grandpa did, 40, 50 years ago, because he said, I know it's your grandpa's stitch just by the way the size is and how it's pulled in.
After the shoes are sewn up by the shoemaker, they come over to the sole side and the sole gets applied. So what he would do is he would put glue on this rubber liner and also on the sole. And after the glue is applied to both items, this sole is put onto the boot and it dries. And after it dries, it comes over to another rack where it is going to be trimmed and sanded.
And then depending on the leather, there's different kinds of conditioner that we put on it. What we do after this is we're going to run it back on the brushing wheel again, and then that'll give us our finished up product that's polished up and nice. We put our shoelaces on them, and then we put them in the boxes and wrap them up.
Russell Moccasin's been in Berlin, Wisconsin for 114 years for a reason. It's the people, it's the environment, it's everything that you would want is right here. It's a small town company that at times I would not think would fit anywhere else because of the craftsmen The heritage of our workers that have been here through the years, just by the long terms that they've stayed, and the ability to work with their hands. As we said before, they're artists. These people care on what they produce and how they produce it. We've made shoes for kings, presidents, movie stars, athletes all over the world. It amazes them what we can do and produce here in this little town in Berlin, Wisconsin.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by StrikeMaster, Markham Technologies, Otter Outdoors, and Rapala.
Delivering power on demand with the push of a button. The new 50-volt lithium laser from StrikeMaster is capable of making short work of as many as 56 holes in 24 inches of ice on a single charge. Featuring many of the same components found in all of StrikeMaster's power augers, the lithium laser cuts no corners and delivers uncompromising durability. This winter, don't settle for anything less than the dependable StrikeMaster lithium laser. Ice fishing's first full-power, high-performance electric ice auger. Introducing the new wireless PanCam camera system from Markham Technologies. The groundbreaking interface that allows an angler to wirelessly monitor and control the left-right pan of a remote camera from up to 300 feet away. The Markham PanCam system transmits a live video stream via Wi-Fi back to your Apple or Android device, and the free Markham app is even capable of connecting to multiple cameras at the same time for multi-camera on-ice coverage. This winter, take full control of your underwater camera with Markham Technologies' wireless PanCam camera system. The new extreme thermal shelters from Otter feature a new look and unmatched protection from the elements. The fully insulated Pro XT1200 features a 1200 denier shell built for extreme conditions, while the Thermaltop XT650 features a 650 denier shell that locks in heat and eliminates condensation. All extreme thermal shelters are built on Otter's legendary roto-molded sled and proven oversized square tube frames. The all-new extreme thermal shelters from Otter, built tougher, stronger, smarter. The new ultralight rip and wrap offers a smaller profile and slower, more seductive action on the fall than any other rattle bait on the market today. The number 4 ultralight rip and wrap is irresistible to big perch and slab crappie, yet it fishes big enough to tempt trophy caliber predators during a cold front or anytime walleye, pike, or lake trout key in on smaller profile baits. This winter, when you hit the ice looking for your next lunker, think big. Go small with Rapala's new ultralight rip and wrap.
Here are this week's Outdoor Bound TV viewer photos. Next, we head to Polk County, Wisconsin for the opener of the Wisconsin fishing season with veteran tournament angler Gene Tourville. Now, Gene and his son Eric have some crappie spotted in shallow water. So let's head to the beautiful shores of Balsam Lake, Wisconsin right now.
Catching a few nice black crappies. We've got some bluebird high skies. We've had major cold fronts all week up here. Rain, and more snow. It seems like spring was never coming. Ice finally went off here on Thursday. We're using a plain old jig with some little minnows on the back of it. This is probably one of the warmest spots on this lake. Fishing is great. We'll get some beautiful, beautiful fish. Kurt here with me, he's having a great time. I can tell that. He's smiling back there behind me, so it's a good day.
Ooh. Now there's a beautiful crappie. Today we're out on Balsam Lake. We're here for the fishing opener in Wisconsin, and we just got into some shallow water, and boy, we've really got into some beautiful crappies. We're in about 7 feet of water, and the difference is about 1 degree of water temperature, and it's about 38 degrees, 39 degrees water temp, so it's really pretty cold, but that 1 degree made a difference. Let's see if we can get in some more of these crappies here in Balsam Lake in Polk County, Wisconsin.
That feels like a good one. Oh yeah, isn't that a nice black crappie? Beautiful fish. I take a dozen of them and take home for lunch. Good shore lunch be good with them, wouldn't it? Yeah, beautiful fish. I grew up fishing. My folks fished all, you know, that's what they depended on food back then, you know, back in the late 50s and that. And my dad worked on the railroad down in the Twin Cities, and so on weekends and nights we got to go fishing a lot. And then I got to know some pretty good people out here. A good friend of mine, Mike Hohen from Dresser, Wisconsin. He's one of my dearest friends. We grew up together. Me and him got together and we started bass fishing together, and we started traveling, and we were tearing up the country. We were that good. We really learned from each other on different stuff, and it's a blessing to have good friends. It really is. That's a nice fish. Beautiful colors on them fish. I won the Indian Head State Tournament, Muskie Tournament, here on Bone and Deer Lake. I've won the Classic on Balsam Lake here. That's one of the biggest bass tournaments in this area. I've won that twice already. And this is a tough tournament to win. I was the first one ever in our club to ever win it. And we've been putting this tournament on for 35 years. So I've had a pretty successful life of fishing, you know, so I'd say right now I'm at over 50 first place tournaments. So my dad showed me how to fish pretty good. Oh yeah, there's a fat one. You know, I've had an opportunity to fish in some of the best lakes in the country, like Minnetonka down in the Twin Cities and that. What a bass fishery, unbelievable, you know. But you get up like towards Ashland, fish some of them lakes up there and that I've been on, they're phenomenal. I mean, the fishing is so great, people don't know what they're missing when they don't get to go to some of these lakes, you know. You know, I've had the chance to go fish a lot of these other lakes that nobody else has ever got to go to. That, so, and like I say, you know, I've gotten to know some great people over my lifetime. And you know, I wish I can pass it on to more people, that they would get a chance to do stuff like that. I go to Texas fishing. I've been down there probably 10, 12 times fishing different lakes down reservoirs down there with some of the pros I've been down there with and that. Like Lonnie Stanley, I fished with him. I fished with Shaw Grisby and some of them guys. I've been, you know, associated with them, so I've known them for years and that. It's been great, you know. You learn so much by fishing with so many different people all the time. You learn so much of the sport, of what really consists of the sport. You know, I've been in the fishing industry, fishing for tackle companies and that. You know, some of my sponsors over the years and that. You know, if I have my choice between hunting and fishing, I'll go fishing. Yeah, my wife says all the time, she says, how can you spend so many days on the water? And I said, it ain't hard. I said, how can you spend so many days shopping? And that gets her done.
That is another nice black crappie. Boy, these are a ton of fun to catch. It's really cold water temperature today, so the fish are really pretty sluggish, but for some reason we found a little bit warmer water in this bay, and that's the secret in the spring of the year. And like I said, we're here in the opener in Wisconsin, and one of the things you really want to look for is a little bit warmer water temperature, and it certainly made a difference for us here today, and really only a degree or two warmer, and these fish are active in this area. What a ton of fun here in western Wisconsin, Polk County. We're on Balsam Lake.
Another little crappie. Not a very big one this time. Fun to catch though. Fun to catch. Boy, they're cold. They're cold as I am. We teach kids through our bass club here. We put on programs with the kids in the local area here and that, where we take them out and we show them how to fish. You know, different, not only bass, panfish, everything else. And my son is probably one of the best fishermen out here with us. He grew up hunting and fishing, and that's his life. I mean, he loves it. And he's been doing it ever since he's been probably 6 years old. And that's all he's ever did. and he's gotten really be good at it. And you know, we really try to get these kids involved and try to get them away from the drugs and get them away from the TV. Let them get out and enjoy what this is all about right here. I mean, this is life as far as I'm concerned. Right here, this is life.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Mission, HHA Sports, True Fire Releases, and MBS.
This is my life. The weekend warrior. No more production lines or deadlines. This is why I work 5 days a week. I need speed, power, precision. I expect no less than the best. This is my best. This is my chance. This is my mission.
Simple, efficient, powerful. Mission by Matthews.
Optimizer by HHA Sports. The Optimizer Lite Ultra, voted #1 single pin adjustable sight for 10 years running. The Optimizer Speed Dial for crossbows, to-the-yard accuracy with a single reticle. And the Optimizer Horizon, offering unmatched accuracy from both short and long-range firearms. All Optimizer sight systems utilize range dial shoot technology. Ask for Optimizer at a dealer near you.
Well, Mark, I gotta hand it to you. I am loving my TrueFire Hardcore.
I wouldn't steer you wrong, brother.
Not only is this thing extremely accurate on the range, its features are deadly in the field.
What I noticed, whether you're sweating shooting does in the early season or shivering when that late season buck comes in, that jaw cannot come off that loop. I love my TrueFire Hardcore.
Wait, what do you got there?
That's a Hardcore forefinger.
Give me that.
Not this time, brother.
The TrueFire Hardcore, available at your local retailer.
Since 1999, Makowski Brush Service has been specializing in right-of-way clearing for power, gas, fiber optic, cable lines, and railroads. MBS is your complete brush and tree removal company, and we also clear woods roads and food plots. Whether working on residential tree trimming or commercial projects, MBS utilizes the most advanced equipment and environmentally friendly clearing methods available. MBS, clearing the way to reliable energy. Visit our website for more information. Product and promotional consideration provided for Outdoor Bound TV by these fine sponsors.
Crappies are probably one of the most famous panfish species here in Wisconsin to catch. And you know, great if you're taking kids out fishing. They fight really hard. They're a great table fare. They're great to eat, and just overall a great fun fish to catch. Folks, join us again here next week when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the Midwest, around the nation, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV.
So much to say. What's my title? You know what? I can't, like, sorry. Really, I'm kind of ADD. You talk. You're doing really good. Okay. Too much talking for me. Okay. All right. Let me try again. Okay. Okay. You know, I screwed it up. I just should slow down, shouldn't I? What do I want to say after that? Let me stop. Let me start over. You know, maybe you should say it.